The summit tomorrow closely watched in Seoul, South Korea. Koreans throughout the entire peninsula watching to see how Chairman Kim reacts to President Trump and what they're able to get done. Greg Palkot has that part of the story. He's live in Seoul, South Korea. And Greg, what reaction are you getting from there tonight? Good evening.
Good evening, Bill. As you can imagine, all eyes here are on the Trump-Kim summit. After Singapore, the folks here in Seoul are hoping for a bit more substance. There's a lot at stake here. Now, with President Trump in Hanoi, they're waiting to see if he will deliver one of his big bargaining chips, a declaration of the end of the Korean War. You'll recall that fighting stopped here some 65 years ago only with an armistice. He might come through with that. And also waiting to see what North Korean leader Kim Jong Un might give back in return. There is talk that he could agree to shutting down his main nuclear processing center in the north. That could lower the temperatures a bit. But in fact, here in Seoul, not everybody's happy. There was a small protest in front of the U.S. Embassy. People concerned that North Korea's human rights abuses are not being addressed at this summit, just as they were not addressed in Singapore. The reports are, Bill, that something like 120,000 people are in political gulags in North Korea.
Wow. You've spoken with a lot of people there, Greg, including someone who's got a special interest in what happens at the summit and the outcome. What did you hear?
Absolutely. The man I talked to is a former Republican congressman from California. His name is Jay Kim. He was born in Seoul in 1939, so he lived through World War II. He lived through the Korean War before coming to the U.S. and becoming the first Korean American in the House of Representatives. Here is what he thinks about a possible declaration, the end of the Korean War.
Symbolically important, really. The war has been ended. I mean, nobody's attacking anyone yet. Symbolically important. But other than that, I think it's been ended anyway, but symbolic reasons.
He said we would feel better, feel safer, in fact, if that declaration was made. I think a lot of people would agree with that. President Trump, he gives a lot of credit to, but a lot of people here in South Korea understand it could go either way in the next couple of days. Dicey times. Back to you.
Indeed, 1953, Greg, and still counting. Thank you, sir. In Seoul, South Korea, Greg Palkot.